Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Psychic in the City podcast with me, Sean McGeough, also known as Psychic in the City. And I know I'm a little bit, a couple of days late with this week's short little episode. Or it could be a long episode, who really knows? I'm so easily distracted today. You can tell I haven't sat for any meditation or anything today, so I'm very, very, very scatterbrained. So this should be an absolute fun episode for you all to be listening to today. So, hello, welcome back. I'm so glad you are enjoying this little podcast. Don't forget, if you have any questions or any topics, leave them in the comment section below so that I'll know to answer them, and hopefully there'll be a good topic to discuss in up and coming episodes, which will be fantastic. So, like I was saying, I know I'm a little late with this one. I was trying to get a few guests, but nothing seemed to work out. So I just thought, let's go, get it done. So yet again, yous are stuck with just me, but it's my podcast, and well, yous love me anyway, so it is all good. And for those that don't know me, welcome. My name is Sean McGeough. I also go by Psychic in the City. I am an international TV medium, best-selling author, rapid transformational therapist. Oh my goodness, I forget what I do. So my business widely incorporates one-to-one readings and very heavily incorporates teaching and demonstrating, as I'm pretty booked solid for my one-to-ones. But I do run 2 accredited training programs, which is my mediumship mentoring program and my accredited tarot program that has came from the book that I wrote, Tarot for Modern Times. So that's pretty much who I am, what I do. I obviously love things to do with the mind, mediumship, anything metaphysical really. You know, it is part of my day-to-day life. And with that, you know, I do spend a lot of time learning about things like the law of attraction, how our mindset can influence our whole entire day, even influence our body. And one of the things that I've been thinking about quite recently is the law of attraction or the law of vibration. As you may be aware that the law of vibration it's a very well-known law of the universe, but it is very misunderstood in the fact that the law of attraction is actually the secondary law. The main law is the law of vibration, and that dictates that whatever we vibrate on the same frequency of is the situations and the things and the people that we will then attract into our lives. So it's not just, you know, we're attracting things, it's actually what we're in vibrational harmony with. Which is, I think, where some people get a little bit confused, which is totally fine. Like, you know, as long as with a basic understanding, then I do think that would be something that, you know, is always very, very, very good in order to begin to understand the law of attraction. And that's just what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call it the law of vibration or the secondary law. We'll just go with LOA, the law of attraction. And, you know, what I find with the law of attraction is that we do have that point of attraction, that vibrational point, if you want to call it that, in our physical life, that we do attract in all these situations. And I like to look at it as it's more of a mirror, it's more of a reflection to let us know what emotional state that we are actually in. Now, this is just looking at it from a bit of a different perspective today, to hopefully help you manifest your dream lives. So I think that from the research that I've done, you know, the law of attraction, it does work as a mirror image, like I was saying, to mirror the current emotional state that we're in, because if we remember that it's the vibration we're in attracts it in, so we can then adjust our emotions, our feelings accordingly to then stay in alignment with being, you know, this soulful being, this happy being, this healthy being, rather than, you know, go on a downward spiral. And I'm hoping I will look back around to those downward spirals a little bit. So we do have this point, And what seems to happen is, or what I have yet to really come across a lot of people talk about with the law of attraction is, yes, we have this aspect of ourselves, this temporal self, this physical human part of us that is living this life, that is trying to manifest in those things that we want to manifest, such as things like, I want to manifest a home, or I'm manifesting a dream job or a partner, or whatever it may be. But if we look at us in the human aspect for just a little bit and understand that each one of us have our own perception of good and bad, shall we say, or positive and negative, or what's for us and what's not for us. So then we can easily determine what is being manifested, what we're attracting into our life is, oh, this is what I want, oh no, this is what I don't want. Because we have those glasses on that will tell us, this is it, or this isn't it. And that usually tends to work us through going, okay, well, I'm manifesting these situations in my life, I'm manifesting this person, this house, this car, or in fact, I'm manifesting this situation with my partner that I don't like, for example. And what that will tend to do is, because from what I've seen, and what I want to call bullshit on, is a lot of these like gurus in inverted commas, or bunny ears, or whatever you want to call it, will then sort of shift it to, if you're manifesting those results and you're not happy with them, obviously you didn't believe enough. Obviously you don't have enough faith in yourself. So then if you're kind of someone like myself that is, shall we say, a student of the law of attraction, and maybe you have also invested money in learning from gurus and these types of people, and nothing wrong with them in any way, shape or form, but they tend to shift it on, the blame onto you. It's your fault, not like it's their fault either, that you're maybe in a situation that you don't see as beneficial or good or right. So what tends to happen is, since we're doing that and we're that avid student, then we shift the blame game onto us. And then we tend to go on that spiral of those crazy thoughts, which then turn into those crazy feelings, which then gives us more of the same. Because like thoughts attract like thoughts, and so on and so forth. Rather than understanding or taking those glasses of perception off and going, wait a minute, I am more than my temporal self. I am more than my physical self. And maybe what I am manifesting is, in fact, in perfect harmony to what I want and to what this other aspect of me wants. And I know I've probably lost you at this point, so strap in, because this is going to be fun. So there is two aspects of the self. There is the physical and the non-physical. And you've heard me talk about the physical in the terms of manifestation, and maybe something goes wrong. But if we also look at it that we have our physical and our non-physical self, i.e. our soul does not become unified with our body. It is not one in the same at the exact same time. It's only like part of our soul that is actually here with us, but our soul, our higher self, whatever you want to call it, is above, it's up there, it's beyond. But we are both connected. So my soul is connected to my body is connected to my soul, but we don't inhabit the same space at the same time. And our soul will not have those same glasses of perception that our human self, our physical self will have. But both aspects of the self are open to the law of attraction at the same time, because we both exist within the same universe. So if you can imagine you right here, right now, listening to me, and say, just for talk's sake, a foot above your head, there's going to be a big circle, and that we'll just acknowledge that as your soul. But it's on a different dimension, it's on a different frequency, but it's in the same universe. So we're both not victim, that's not the right word. Victim to the law of attraction all at the same time. So both of our wants are going to be mirrored back. But the thing is, the wants of the soul are going to be mirrored back to the physical. So the non-physical wants are being reflected back to us via the law of attraction and the law of vibration. And then our filters of what is a right situation and what is a wrong situation, what is a good manifestation versus what is a bad manifestation, comes to us from our physical aspects. Even though that our soul will obviously recognize the manifestation as something that will then lead us toward our goal, our bigger goal, or that sense of achievement. And I'm not saying that the soul manifests things that are bad, because I don't believe the soul has an agenda that way. Obviously, there will be certain exclusions, such as very, 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 very bad acts that we would commit as humans. Obviously, the soul's going to be a little pissed off then. But I don't believe that, the soul is actively going. And an example that I shared with a friend is, so say I'm trying to manifest the love of my life. And that is the energy that I'm feeling. That is the thoughts that I'm having, that I'm constantly sending up to my soul, because we manifest through our soul more than our ego mind. And so I'm sending that up to my soul, going, this is what I require, what I desire. I want that love of my life that's going to make me feel so beautiful and so secure and so special. And the soul goes, gotcha. But maybe in order for you to really fully appreciate that, I need to put you in a relationship where you understand what it's like to not feel loved, and not feel secured, and not feel happy. But your soul isn't necessarily drawing that to the physical part of us to be a wee shit. And go, well, you want love, well, I'm going to have to give you no love. First of all, this is just an example. But it's more the appreciation of what is to come. But then we get into this relationship and, we've all met that type of person and we're very loving and, oh my goodness, it's so great and he's so handsome and it's so exciting. And then 3 weeks later, but, oh no, I don't like this person. They're so bad for me, but we're caught up in it, and then our physical perception, human perception, is going, right, this is not it. I am not happy here. How did I manifest this? This is awful. This was not on my gratitude list. This was not on my vision board. My God, I'm doing something wrong. And then the downward spiral begins again. But what actually happens when the downward spiral happens, then we're actually going to our soul. Oh, thank you so much for this. Please give me more. And the soul's going, oh, right, okay, sure. That's what you're asking for. So that vibration is being out in the universe, and the universe is going, yep, here you go. Rather than seeing it for what it is exactly. Oh, look, I was able to manifest this relationship. It's not necessarily what I wanted, so I'm going to step away from it and know that, okay, I was in a bit of a vibration here, that I needed to do a little bit of work on myself. That I needed to do that little bit of inner work, that bit of shadow work, in order for me to be very open to experience the love of my life coming in next, and we're all happy and loved and all that type of stuff. So rather than seeing it for the opportunity for the soul level healing and that soul level growth, we tend to go to a wrongness of ourselves. And how wrong we are and how bad we are. But what those thoughts and feelings are really, really doing is reinforcing that situation that we're in. And the reason as to why I chose a relationship is because odds are we've all been in a relationship that, we took the rose-tinted glasses off and went, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? But we couldn't seem to get away from it, because all we were focusing on was the negative. So our soul and our physical and our non-physical are both at play at the same time. Where our soul wants that fuller expression of us, we have to be that fuller expression. And the soul will bring in those situations that will allow us to create the ideal circumstances in order to manifest what we really want in the physical. Sometimes there is a little bit of groundwork that needs to be done. Sometimes there is that, the shadow work, the healing, the internal work that, we maybe are going to attract in the vibration that we're in harmony with, i.e. the relationship that isn't the love of our lives, that will bring up those issues of maybe insecurity or whatever it may be, so we can heal those fully, so that then we can vibrate on the level of the partner that we're supposed to be with. Not rushing to the wrongness of ourselves and not listening to those arseholes that say, well, you obviously didn't have enough faith in yourself. You obviously didn't believe strong enough that this was for you. Because I've yet to hear, some people talk about the soul and the physical being at play at the same time. Because it's very, very true. We're both in the same universe, and if the law of attraction is an immutable universal law, then of course our souls are going to be governed by it at the same time as we are here in the physical. And if we're constantly having that conversation with our soul, then the soul that doesn't have the same human perception, is going to attract those things so that we can get to where we want to be. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just a different way and a different maybe understanding of the law of attraction, because we're constantly attracting those things into our lives. But we need to have a more soulful life, I find, and not just focus on the physical. Which the physical's great, we live in the physical aspect, we all need money and clothes and food and shelter and all that type of stuff. But if we can really reach in and get that inner work done, then we tend to manifest much more quicker. Again, in my opinion, I'm not saying I'm the expert in this by any means, shape or form, but these were just things that came from research and sitting with my own spirit and just seeing what came up. And I think it makes a little bit of sense. And I hope it makes a little bit of sense to you as well. Because every little helps, I suppose, in trying to create a much, much better life. So yeah, that's my little different perspective on the law of attraction and things that have helped me recently, double my monthly income. So from a more soulful place than anything else. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with you for the majority of today. So I hope it does make sense, and if you are having any questions, comment them down below. And I am running a amazing online workshop all on imposter syndrome. So if there's any people out there that work in the metaphysical community, be it coaching or tarot or mediumship or whatever, and you feel like you have those thoughts and those feelings of, oh my goodness, what am I doing here, or getting nervous and anxious before your clients show up, or being hard on yourself if maybe your client doesn't understand one thing. Well, in the links of this description, there will be the link for this amazing workshop that I'll be doing, where I'll be discussing imposter syndrome. We will be working on some crazy thought processes that we'll have, and then be doing a group RTT session to get to the root and the cause and the reason of why you feel the way that you do, as well as having an amazing 21-day self-hypnosis track to listen to fire in and wire in a powerful new belief system. So do check that out. It'll be in the description down below. And as always, follow me on social media. And I do hope you have enjoyed today's Psychic in the City podcast. Bye-bye.